Hello. Go.
Me?
Yes.
Go?
Go.
Where?
Patreon.
Hello, welcome Patreon. Hello, would you like to be a guest?
If it wasn't for my dog crying, I would.
All right. Good luck with your dog, man.
That was a sloppy intro. I'm sorry, patrons.
Yeah, but
I was rushed to ask this gentleman to...
I like him. He has a cool style. I saw him earlier.
Did you tell him?
No, he knows I know. When you got cool style, you know that people know.
Oh. Do I I don't know.
No, you don't know. And that's obvious. It's okay, though. Don't stress, bruh. Don't stress, bruh. It's okay, Cole. Don't worry about a thing, Cole, 'cause it's okay, man.
Are we allowed to do that accent anymore?
I think so because it's emulating a specific style of song. What do you think, Megan? Is that okay? I'm not saying that. You don't think it's okay?
Probably not.
But it's a very specific style of singing. It's not even emulating an accent as much as emulating a musical style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the musical style is emulating an accent.
It's not emulating an accent. It's just that there are.
Okay, what musical style?
It's reggae. Chet Hayes does it.
Tom Hanks' son. I'll just say, I don't know if it is wrong, but because most things
are
wrong now, I'm gonna assume it's not safe.
All right, maybe we'll cut that. I mean,
no. I think it's an interesting discussion.
Well, no, because it really is. Look, I mean, I'm not doing that accent all the time.
You are. Anytime we're not recording, that's how you talk. You talk as you are right now, only when we're doing the show.
Stop it. Don't tell them. That is not okay, man. That is so not okay, man. But no, it really is emulating a musical style more than it's emulating an accent.
I don't know. I would say it's just straight up Jamaican. I think emulating a musical style means that you have instrumentals behind you as you're talking.
No, because it's a cappella. Look. Look. What Chet Hayes does is bad. I definitely agree. He's like on Instagram just like speaking patois about like crazy stuff. But what I'm saying is, if I'm pretending to sing a song, okay, let's give another song for example. What's another style?
Under the Sea. Oh, you wanted a reggae?
Yeah, like I don't know, like a rock song or something.
Oh,
like,
I know, Meatloaf.
No.
I would do anything for love.
I would do anything for love. Like I'm doing a specific voice because I'm emulating the way that song sounds. I'm serious.
No.
And I'm doing the same thing when I'm doing.
No, if you did that, someone wouldn't say, "Oh, that's Meatloaf voice."
Why? Because I'm bad at it.
Well, that and.
No, but I think when you're emulating a song, you're doing a specific thing.
Yeah, but you're not emulating a song. You're emulating an accent.
It's the specific way that the song is sung. All the song.
I think you're wrong.
But who is that offending? Why is that bad?
I don't know, but it's wrong.
Wrong? Why?
Because everything's wrong.
I know, but that sucks.
Well, if you don't like it, you're canceled.
Look, if I can't do a freaking awesome accent, what's the point?
Megan, do you think it's wrong? Yeah, she says yes.
Why is it wrong?
Do you know it's wrong, or are you just unsure?
I just listened to a podcast that talked about this.
You just listened to a podcast that talked about this?
You listen to other podcasts?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
she's just kidding.
She's kidding.
Wait, no, what did the podcast say?
Was it about Jamaican?
Well, it's because one of the guests was doing that accent.
Okay.
And so then they were saying...
Well, here's the question. Was they doing the accent in a song?
There was some singing involved, but he was also just talking.
Talking, it's not okay, but singing, I think it's okay. A little more.
If it's like a tribute to the
That's
musical
what I was
style.
doing. That's what I was doing.
Okay, so you were doing a tribute to music when you were talking like that.
Yeah, no, okay. I wasn't. I was singing.
Hey, cool Scooter.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Want to talk to us about it?
No, you guys mind if I... Just 5 minutes, quick. Yeah, why not? Say hi.
Reeling in with a compliment.
Turn this phone off. All right.
Hey.
Oh, I got a guest. I don't think we should continue this conversation.
Yeah. Hey. How's it going?
Ooh, you okay?
I'm good.
Good.
How are
What's
you
your
guys doing?
name?
My name is Rich.
Rich.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
I like your outfit. Stay rad.
Thank you.
What's
Thank
going
you.
on? What's up with Rich's life?
Oh, not much, man. Just here with my daughter and
Ooh.
my wife and my mother-in-law, and we were here. And actually, my daughter got hooked up. They gave her watch around, and we got a free necklace.
Ooh.
She's 4, so
Whoa. Wait, what kind of necklace?
like a little heart necklace.
Okay.
So we're just walking around, and the seller was just like, you know what, you're young and you're cute, so here, there's a necklace.
Wow. Did she like it?
Wow.
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so
Wow.
cool.
I gotta have a daughter. I want some necklaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that why you got into the daughter game?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you know what? Yeah, it's because I don't get hooked up. So,
Yeah.
for your listeners, I'm a 6 foot tall, bald guy.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a David Bowie shirt, which ups
Sure.
my cool quotient a little bit. But I've never once come to a swap meet or a flea market and had somebody offer me a free necklace.
Right,
So, you know what I mean?
right.
So she hooks it up. So.
Wow.
All right.
So what do you guys do? You're out here.
We just talk to strangers.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We kind of just get into whatever we want to get into.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I host a podcast myself. It's very small. Still,
Okay,
as a
yeah, let's
matter
hear
of
it.
fact.
Let's hear what it's about.
It's called America.com. So it's actually, I'm an Iraq veteran, and I have another buddy of mine who I was in Iraq with. We're kind of on opposite ends of the political spectrum. I'm kind of on the left, he's on the right, and I'm sure everybody on the planet knows everything that's been going on lately. We decided to start a podcast and just talk about how we feel. He lives in rural Georgia. I'm out here in LA, so I'm in the middle of like sort of liberal heartland. He's in the middle of kind of conservative.
Were you
heartland.
really outnumbered in the military, being liberal?
I was, but it was cool. While you're in, politics kind of takes a back seat. It doesn't really, nobody really talks about it. We had I was in from 2003 to 2008, so this is in during Bush and
Oh, wow.
yeah, nobody really.
Interesting.
Everybody kind of.
Wow. How does your buddy feel about the Capitol?
We spoke about it, and he is really mad at the protesters. You know what I mean? And he voted for Trump, but he's not like QAnon crazy. He's kind of a couple steps away from
Mad at them because they didn't go far enough, or?
No. He was the first episode. He was a little pissed, and he was like, he was one thing that was surprised me. He was kind of like, I think the cops should have killed a bunch of those protesters. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that's a bit much. I was like, okay. I mean, I don't like him either, but he's a good guy, and I love hearing what he has to think about.
That's an interesting idea for a show.
Yeah, that is
because I mean, our show is kind of, not specifically that, but we often talk to people we don't agree with, and it's always, those conversations aren't really heard,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because no one listens to us.
Yeah.
But my question, why did you join the military?
So actually, I'm from New York. I was in New York on September 11th. I
Oh.
actually watched the Twin Towers fall
Ooh.
and everything, and then
Holy
I
crap.
graduated college, and I was kind of floating, and sort of the war in Iraq started, and I was young. I didn't have a girlfriend. I was just I was living in Brooklyn, just kind of floating around, and I was kind of like, you know what, man, like. This is a historical event. I can't just sit here and watch from the sidelines. So I joined. I was in the Navy. I was a corpsman, so I was like a medic with the Marines. So I went and I taught, and I was kind of both of my grandfathers were Marines in the Pacific in World War II, and I know I wanted to work with the Marines, but I kind of didn't want to just carry a rifle. You know what I mean? So I was like, medicine's a more humane way to get into it, and I went when it was in Iraq in 2005. And did a couple months over there, and then got out. And I was stationed out in 29 Palms, California, which is just north of Palm Springs.
I know,
yeah. And moved out to LA in 2008. Met my wife. We actually worked I got a job at the Getty. We worked at the Getty together, which was cool. Yeah,
That's cool.
Met at the Getty, and then moved back to New York for a couple of years, and then came back right before my daughter was born. So,
Wow. Huh.
Wow.
So it was cool.
Did you come back because your daughter was on her way?
Yes.
Okay.
So because New York, it's like hard to raise kids. And
Sure.
It's great, but it's just like it's too much money. And like my wife was due. My daughter ended up being born in December 22nd, but my wife was due originally like early January, and we were like, if we stay, like we take maternity leave, like you like theoretically could like not leave the apartment for 3 months.
Yeah.
And now I'm like. Post-COVID world, that doesn't seem so crazy, but back in 2016, that was a tall order.
Wait, did you and your wife meet at the Getty?
We did, yeah.
What were you doing there? You were working there?
Yep, visitor services. I worked there from 2008 to 2011. So if you came to the Getty anytime between 2008 and 2011 and you came through that front gate, I used to work at the front, one job I did was front booth, I may have met you.
Well, you lived here in 2009, right?
No. I moved here in 2013.
Oh.
No, 2013. Yeah, 2012, 2013, one of those years.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from
I don't
Ohio.
know. Oh, Ohio for him.
Yeah, he doesn't remember.
I don't remember. No, originally from the Bay Area, and then Colorado and Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
Those
cool,
three places, the West Coast Triangle.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
I have only been to Ohio once or twice. I drove through it once, but like only like stopped once.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I had my first ever redneck experience in Ohio.
Oh, what was that like?
You like kind of did some redneck stuff, you mean?
Well,
like
no,
you became a redneck?
Here's what happened. When I was 17, a couple friends of mine, we drove cross country and we drove from New York out to California. Well, we took like sort of the northern route, kind of Pennsylvania down into Ohio, and we stopped in Ohio. That may have even been our first. I think that was our very first night, as a matter of fact. We made it all the way to Ohio. We stopped at a campsite, and drank a couple beers with the dudes next to us, and they were just kind of had it wasn't quite a southern accent, but kind of a little bit of an accent, and they're like, man, you know what? Tires burn hot. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I was out in the woods a couple weeks ago and I ran out of gas and it was overnight and I had a couple tires in the back of my truck and I started a fire with them. They burned real hot. And I was like, oh, all right, I'm not in New York anymore. That's cool. But but it was cool. I got to go back. I travel a lot. I've been all over the world, and one of my favorite things to do is find little places in the U.S. too that are really great and that are off the beaten path.
Do you have a favorite one?
You know something? Actually, it's kind of blown up, but I really like Joshua Tree and 29 Palms, and that's I was stationed out in 29 Palms for 3 years, and
So what'd you do there?
So I was a medic with the Marines,
Sure.
And I got there in May of 2005, and we deployed to Iraq like real fast, in July, and then I came back in January 2006, and we were just like, when you're not deployed, you're sort of there and you're just training and stuff. And I moved out. I don't know if you know the geography, but there's 29 Palms, and then like kind of 20 miles or so to the west is Joshua Tree. And
I thought you were going to say 49 Palms because like 20 miles, like 20 more
Yeah,
palms.
yeah.
But okay, Joshua Tree. Got it.
And so I got an apartment out there, and like I kind of ended up falling in love with the desert. I don't know if you guys ever have a chance.
We went.
We went.
We've done our
there,
podcast there. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, so you know about it.
Yeah, it's cool. Our friend bought a house there right before the pandemic, and he was
very cool.
About to get it for Airbnb.
Yeah,
he ended up
living there. He just moved there.
Nice.
He's been there for a year now. And
Nice.
Yeah, we went and visited him.
Nice.
And then he was on Jeopardy and won 4 times.
Nice.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an easy place to fall in love. A little hot in the summer, but aside from that, it's an easy place to fall in love with. So
Yeah.
And then do you still spend time out there?
we're going next month, as a matter of fact. My birthday's next month, and we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna Airbnb it, spend a couple days. My daughter loves the park, so
cool.
she loves she's only 4, but she's like what 3 feet tall, but she still goes right up the rocks.
Wow.
And,
When's your birthday? What day?
February 17th. So
Mine's at the end of this month, so I hear you.
I'm
coming up. Isn't it kind of crazy that like I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, like when people had birthdays, I'm thinking like, man, it's kind of sad to have your birthday during this. You can't see your friends or anything. Luckily, that won't happen to me. I just had my birthday, and then now it's like we're having our birthdays in the pandemic still. Some people are gonna have 2.
Yeah. Well, actually, so 2020 kind of started out pretty rad for me.
Yeah.
Us too.
I had a job that I hated, and I got laid off it on the last day of January, the last Friday of January, and everybody at my job was like so sorry to see you go, so sorry to see you go, and I'm secretly thinking to myself, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Like poof. And then I had my current job. I had I already had lined up, so I was like 2 weeks away from giving my 2 weeks notice, anyways. So that was the end of January. February, I just got to chill and hang out before all this crazy shit started. Got to hang out. And then mid-March, like it started to come again. I started my new job at the end of March, but we went. So my point, for my 40th birthday, we went out to Joshua Tree and we spent a couple days and just hung out and just sat in the desert.
Wait, so you got your new job? What's up with that?
Yeah, man. So I worked down at USC Medical Center, as a matter of fact.
Cool.
Yeah.
Doing what?
I work for the Navy, as a matter of fact, and we run a little trauma school, and we have like doctors and corpsmen come in, and then we just It's a class. They work with the doctors at USC Medical Center, but it's been interesting.
Is it a trip for COVID right now? Like, what's going on?
It is. It's luckily I work in the building I work in is separate from the main hospital.
Got it.
I work. I'm not working in the same building as COVID, but it's been tough, man, because they send out every day. Yeah, every day they send out the COVID numbers in the hospital, and some of the nurses I work with are. Nurses and doctors work, directly with COVID patients, and like I got to tour the ICU a couple weeks ago, and I saw a couple people on ventilators, and it was definitely heavy. It was definitely heavy, but I will say I will put out my little public service announcement. I got my first vaccine dose. I'm getting my second one next week.
Congrats!
Hey.
I just say everybody, just go get one as soon as you can.
We'd like to.
I did not grow a tail or horns or any of the other things.
My friend actually just got one in kind of a crazy way. He has in no way has a job where he should have one, but he ended up just taking a job distributing the vaccine at Dodger Stadium, and then they just had extras. Just gave them to all the people working there. Isn't that crazy?
That's great.
Isn't that interesting?
Awesome.
Well, I actually got so I'm an admin, so I'm kind of a little bit lower on the list.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting next to my computer a couple weeks ago, and they sent out a blast notice saying when the hospital.
Anyone wants it.
They're like, we have 100 shots that are going to expire in an hour.
That's,
if you want one, come
that's
down
exactly
right
what
now.
it was like with my friend.
And like, I literally happened to be sitting the little ding for the email.
That's
I looked
funny,
I was
man.
Like, boom, out the door, like give it to me, man. Like, so
that's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah.
So
wait, so maybe you don't like talking about it, but what was your time like in Iraq?
It was heavy. I knock on wood. Hold on, just a moment. I have to do that.
Yeah,
because
please do.
Knock on wood. It was heavy. Luckily we just talked about this on my podcast a couple weeks ago. I probably the luckiest corpsman the entire time, because we got hit by a ton of IEDs, improvised explosive devices. We got hit by a ton of them, but I didn't lose anybody, and nobody in my squad was injured, and we cheated death a ton of times. So I'm very, very lucky to be here, and I actually let me think. Are there any good stories I could tell you that what do you want to hear about? Give me I can tell you.
I don't know. You're the first Iraq veteran we've talked to, I think, and I'm just curious what your experience was like, especially as someone who kind of we weren't in a military family. You just kind of felt a call to action and just joined. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. It was a trip. One of my greatest hopes. I do hope that one day I'm able to go back to Iraq when it's peaceful. My wife and I a couple years ago traveled to Vietnam.
I've been there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
and
the
it
best.
was one of the nicest things. They were all the Vietnamese were all very nice to us. I never at any point felt any anti-Americanism. Who knows? Maybe behind the scenes it was a little different. But I was like, the fact that like I'm here shaking hands and
it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's.
Did you go to the north?
We did. We actually kind of did a package tour. So we started in Hanoi and worked our way down and ended up in finished up in Ho Chi Minh City.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
But
I went like 10 years ago now, 2011 or something. It was the most interesting country I've ever visited.
Nice.
It feels so different. And
it's great.
Yeah. Okay, so you're talking about Iraq. You want to go back there?
So I would like to go back there. I was in Fallujah, as a matter of fact. I'll tell you about the most surprising thing that I saw during the war. So I got there in July of 2005, and it was so. If you don't remember, there was a big battle in November of 2004 in Fallujah. So Fallujah was one of the most dangerous areas in Iraq throughout the war. But right before is in Al Anbar province, which is a Sunni-held province, and all of the insurgents just sort of ended up in Fallujah. And in November of 2004, there was a big operation spearheaded by the Marines to clear it all out. So the big battle that's very, very famous. We got there, we relieved the 1st battalion that was in after the battle, and it was starting to get consistently worse. So like, you walk through the city was leveled. You'd have like 1 or 2 houses destroyed, then a house that was still standing, and bullet holes everywhere, and it was a pretty intense situation. But I remember one day I was it was 2 or 3 months into the deployment, and like we're just driving, and I just remember seeing a group of school children, just like they almost kind of look like British school children, because they all have their uniforms on, and like group of school children walking, and I kind of did a double take, and it kind of occurred to me like that in the midst of all this, like, life still goes on. You know what I mean? Life is still happening. Life is still continuing.
Sure, people are having kids, raising kids.
People are having kids, and like people are still like trying to, maintain some order of, so semblance of normalcy. You know what I mean? And here, during the pandemic, man, I've been just trying to keep that in mind too. You know what I mean? Like, that this is tough, but we're just, we just got to keep doing our best to just keep moving forward and just, in spite of everything that's going on. So,
Interesting.
If the Iraqis can do it, man, we can do it.
Sure.
They're tough people. They're tough people. So,
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys, what inspired you guys to start this podcast?
Something to do, something to just get to know people.
Cool.
Just
Yeah,
meet
get to know
new
strangers.
people and just chat, and it just seems like it was just an idea to talk to different types of folks
Cool,
who
man.
normally we don't talk to.
Cool. Very cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. I love. It's your podcast. If I'm here too long, I'll start
No,
asking
no,
you guys
no,
questions.
no.
No.
We'll wrap it up soon. I mean, this is one sad fact, which we just have to tell you, is that this is just our Patreon bonus episode. So this is not going on our main feed.
Oh.
So I am
Okay.
sorry. I feel bad. You're a really interesting guest. And sometimes it just happens where we want. I don't feel bad in terms of. I just, it'd be cool if more people heard what you had to
Sure,
say,
sure.
but
Yeah.
that's just where we're at.
Yeah.
Well, would you?
We'll send you a link to it, though.
Send me a link.
We'll
yeah,
send
okay.
you a link for sure.
And if you ever want a full interview, let me know.
I'm interested actually. Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause I actually. Another thing I do, I'll give you the information. I work on. I'm currently writing a book and
Oh,
working.
cool.
I have an oral history of Iraq and Afghanistan, where I interview Iraq and Afghanistan veterans, friends, family members. I've been working on it for it's kind of done. I'm kind of putting the finishing touches on the book. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've interviewed over 60 people. One of them is Senator Barbara Boxer, so I have one politician. You know what I mean? So
Cool.
So the way we do our episodes is we set up at a location. So today we're at a flea market. If we wanted to talk about the war or war type stuff, what do you think a location would be? Huh? Like in front of podcast, but outside the war spot.
Podcast, but in Iraq.
I think, you know what?
A war memorial.
It would be a little challenging, but if you were to ever get a chance, go down to you'd have to get official permission to do it. It would take forever, but you could do it. Set up, go to a VA, go to a veteran, go to one of the VA hospitals.
Interesting.
And like you'd have to be maybe perhaps a little more buttoned down.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just camp front and just ask any veterans like, hey, about your story, and just like,
Interesting.
and like there are a lot of vets like, and you get at the VA is everywhere from like you'll get World War II guys all the way down to guys who
that would
just
be
got out of the
awesome.
Navy yesterday, and like Vietnam guys are the best. Vietnam veterans
Wow.
definitely have the craziest and most
They're the
fun
best
stories.
veterans.
yeah.
There's a hierarchy.
They're my favorite.
They're your favorite.
I think I love Iraq and Afghanistan vets, but Vietnam vets are all they're crazier than we are.
I mean,
yeah.
that would be a cool episode.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, let's get your information. I mean, we give you a sticker, so just DM us or email us or something, and let's try to make that happen sometime.
Definitely.
And we'll
Yeah,
have you
definitely.
on.
All right, cool. Sounds
That
good,
would be
man.
awesome.
All right.
Great.
Fellas.
Cool.
All right, I think we're gonna finish the episode. And do you think it's okay to sing in like a Jamaican accent? Like if you're singing, like if you're kind of making up a song, is that offensive?
Oh man. All right. The short answer.
Like not like just
No.
that kind of like reggae accent.
Yeah. Short answer, no.
It's not
Long answer,
okay.
yes. It depends.
Because we were talking about it.
Reggae is Jamaican.
But it's a
that's like-
specific
it's kind
style of
like,
singing. I honestly don't know the answer either. We
Yeah,
were
yeah,
having
yeah.
an argument about it earlier because it's like if you're emulating a song style and the specifics of that song style is that you have this accent, is that okay? I don't know. I don't know.
I think so. I think it's if it's in the spirit of positivity, and I know that's
It is 100%.
Okay,
The whole message was "Don't worry, no worries, man," stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Yeah. I think that's all right. So,
All right, you heard it here from a vet.
From a vet.
I guess it's
It's totally
okay.
fine. We have our answer. This is such a great interview. We have $1 and a sticker for you.
oh, thanks, man.
This
Yeah.
is so great.
See, you were talking about you don't get free stuff because you're a tall, bald guy. Look, you're getting a free sticker and a dollar. Go brag to your daughter.
Do you have $1, Cole? So
I didn't see
there
no
you go.
love.
So
No.
just email us podcastbutoutside@gmail.com or DM us if you use social media. We would love to figure out a way to talk to you again and maybe talk to some other veterans and just make it happen, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm gonna write your email down.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just wave away. Thank you, patrons. Thank you for continued support. Rich is a great guy, and we are also rich thanks to you. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Podcast but outside. Podcast but outside. It's outside.
Look, I mean, I'm not doing that accent all the time.
You are.